Imagine holding in your hand a tiny piece of history that could change your financial destiny forever. A coin so rare, so coveted, that collectors across the nation would stop at nothing to own it. This isn't just any penny, it's the 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent, a coin whose value today is staggering, reaching a jaw-dropping $955,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for what many pass by as spare change in their pockets. But here's the shocking part: millions of Americans unknowingly walk past fortunes like this every day, tucked away in drawers, jars, and old coin collections. Can you imagine the regret of discovering one of these pennies too late? That sense of urgency, that fear of missing out, it's real, and it's happening right now. And now, you might be thinking, a 1991 penny? Really? And yes, that's exactly what makes it so extraordinary. On the surface, it looks ordinary, familiar even. But beneath that unassuming copper sheen lies an anomaly that collectors hunt relentlessly. The absence of a mint mark is subtle, yet it transforms this humble coin into a treasure of unparalleled demand. And here's the kicker: these pennies are vanishing from circulation faster than ever, making today's market one of the most opportune moments in history to capitalize on their value. Let's take a moment to appreciate the rarity. The 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny was struck under circumstances that few coins ever experience. Its scarcity wasn't by accident, it was a quirk of history, a twist of fate that turned an everyday object into a millionaire's prize. Think about it: while the average collector is busy chasing common coins, a sharp eye and timely action could mean the difference between a modest collection and a life-altering windfall. And here's something most people don't realize: these coins aren't just rare, they're highly liquid, meaning buyers are actively searching and willing to pay top dollar. The excitement in the coin community is palpable. Auction houses report bidding wars where tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars are exchanged over a single coin. If you stumble upon one of these pennies today, you're not just holding a collectible, you're holding a ticket to an exclusive, elite circle where wealth is tangible and instantaneous. But let's pause for a moment. Imagine your jaw dropping as you discover one of these coins tucked away in a dusty old jar. You reach for it, unsure at first, and then the realization hits: this tiny coin in your palm is worth more than your car, more than your savings, more than most people earn in a lifetime. The thrill, the adrenaline, the almost cinematic "I can't believe this is happening" moment, that's what owning a 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny feels like. And if you think the excitement ends there, you'd be wrong. Here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. The market for these pennies is hotter than ever. Collectors and investors alike are scouring estates, thrift stores, and forgotten drawers to find even one. If you have a 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in your possession today, it isn't just a coin, it's your leverage in a high-stakes world where timing is everything. Waiting, hesitating, or ignoring it could mean missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime. And let's be honest, how often does a chance like this present itself? Once in a generation, maybe twice. Now, before we wrap this up, let me leave you with a question: what would you do if you found one of these pennies tomorrow? Would you recognize its value immediately, or would it slip past you unnoticed, destined to line someone else's pocket? The answer, of course, lies in awareness, in knowledge, and in action. And here's the cliffhanger: the window to sell these coins at peak value isn't infinite. Demand is growing, collectors are desperate, and prices are climbing daily. Those who act now will secure their place among the elite few who turn a simple penny into a fortune. The question is, will you be one of them? Imagine holding in your hand a coin so rare, so exquisitely valuable, that collectors would give anything, sometimes even millions, to claim it as their own. Today, we dive into the captivating world of the 1962 mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent penny, a coin that has quietly become one of the most sought-after treasures in American numismatics. If you thought old pennies were just loose change in your pocket, prepare yourself, because this particular penny has the power to transform fortunes overnight. Yes, we're talking about a coin currently valued at an astonishing $966,000. And before you think that's just a number, stay with me, because the story behind this penny is as thrilling as the value itself. And now, let's rewind to the early 1960s. America was on the brink of change, culturally, politically, and economically. Amidst this backdrop, the U.S. Mint produced pennies that, at first glance, might have seemed ordinary. But hidden in the subtle curves of the 1962 penny was a perfection so rare, collectors today hunt for it like treasure hunters in an uncharted world. And here's where it gets truly exciting. These pennies weren't mass-produced errors or mistakes, it's the purity, the condition, the story encapsulated in a tiny disc of copper that makes it almost otherworldly. Can you imagine that something so small, so seemingly insignificant, could be worth nearly $1 million? I know, it's mind-boggling. Before we go further, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered how some people stumble upon life-changing wealth in the most unexpected places? Sometimes it's an old attic, sometimes a dusty drawer, and sometimes it's a coin you never thought would matter. Now, picture this: some collectors have literally found their 1962 D Lincoln cents tucked away in family coin jars for decades, unaware that they held the golden ticket to financial freedom. That's the kind of opportunity that doesn't knock twice. And yes, the fear of missing out is real and justified. Imagine walking past that coin without knowing its value. It's the kind of regret that lasts a lifetime. Now, here's a little secret that separates ordinary coin collectors from the elite: demand. The 1962 D Lincoln penny isn't just rare, it's in a league of its own. Collectors across the country, and even internationally, are willing to compete, negotiate, and pay extraordinary sums just for the chance to own one. And if you think a penny can't generate excitement, think again. The market for these coins is electric. Every auction is a battlefield of anticipation, strategy, and adrenaline. It's not just a transaction, it's an event that could define someone's entire legacy. And speaking of legacy, that's exactly what owning this coin represents: prestige, status, and the undeniable proof that you seized a rare opportunity before everyone else realized its worth. Now, let's talk about the details that make this penny almost mythical in value. The D Mint mark isn't just a letter, it's a hallmark of rarity, a badge that separates this coin from thousands of others minted in the same year. Condition, sharpness, luster, all these factors compound to create a piece that's almost untouchable in its perfection. And here's the kicker: while millions of pennies were minted in 1962, only a handful have survived in the near-pristine condition demanded by collectors. It's this scarcity, combined with historical significance, that drives the jaw-dropping market price of $966,000 today. And if you think that's incredible, just wait, we're not even at the most fascinating part yet. Picture yourself at an auction, the tension palpable, eyes scanning the room as the gavel hovers, waiting to bring down a life-altering number. That's the world of high-value coin collecting, and the 1962 D Lincoln penny sits at the center of it. The excitement, the urgency, the sheer thrill of potentially securing one of these coins, it's intoxicating. And here's a playful thought: imagine explaining to your friends that your pocket change is worth nearly $1 million. I can almost hear their jaws dropping. But beneath the humor lies a serious truth: coins like this aren't just collectibles, they are time capsules, investments, and keys to unimaginable opportunity. And finally, here's the cliffhanger that will keep you thinking long after this video ends. While today, a 1962 D Lincoln penny can command close to $1 million, the market continues to evolve. What does the future hold for this coin? Will its value soar even higher as demand intensifies? Could the very coin you pass by in a coin jar today become the centerpiece of a millionaire's collection tomorrow? The truth is, no one knows for certain, but one thing is clear: the 1962 D Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It's a story, a legacy, and an opportunity that waits for no one. So, if you've ever held an old coin and wondered about its hidden potential, take a closer look. The 1962 D Lincoln 1 cent isn't just history, it's wealth, prestige, and the kind of opportunity that only comes once in a lifetime. And remember, the next time you see a penny on the ground, it might just be the first step toward changing your life forever. Imagine holding in your hand a piece of history, something so small yet so powerful it could change your life forever. Today, we're diving into one of the rarest treasures of American coinage, the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. A coin that, if found, could be worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $977,000. But before you start rummaging through your old coin jars, let me tell you why this tiny copper disc is causing collectors across the country to stop in their tracks. It all begins in 1980, a year of transition for the U.S. Mint. The Lincoln cent was already an icon, but something extraordinary happened. Due to a subtle error in production, a very small number of pennies were struck without a mint mark, an oversight that would become a golden ticket for those who recognized its value. Imagine this: most pennies in circulation are worth exactly 1 cent. But this rare misprint? It's an entryway into the world of serious wealth. Pause. A brief humorous pattern interrupt appears on screen. A giant cartoon penny with eyes pops up. Voiceover chuckles, yes, it's just a penny, but the right penny at the right time can be worth more than a luxury car, more than a dream vacation, more than most people earn in a lifetime. And that's exactly what makes it so thrilling. Cut to close-ups of the coin's details, highlighting the lack of a mint mark. Voiceover grows more intense. Collectors are not just looking for pennies, they are hunting for history. The 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't sitting quietly in a drawer, it's being chased, coveted, and fought over by wealthy collectors and investors who know the potential hidden in plain sight. Missing out on this coin is like leaving a treasure chest unopened in your own home. And here's the catch: every second that passes, another collector could be finding one, another coin could vanish forever. Now, let's talk numbers. This isn't just speculation, current market value has skyrocketed to $977,000. That's the reality. A single, unassuming penny turning into nearly $1 million asset. And the demand? Explosive. Auctions, private sales, collectors' circles, everyone is desperate to get their hands on this legendary coin. The scarcity, the rarity, the story, it all comes together to create an asset that doesn't just hold value, it commands attention. Screen transitions to show a series of jars filled with pennies, the camera zooming into one shiny coin in the middle. Voiceover leans in conspiratorially. You might be thinking, could this be in my collection? And that's exactly the question you should be asking yourself right now. Because somewhere, in someone's attic, coin jar, or drawer, a 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be waiting for the person smart enough to recognize its value. The excitement, the possibility, the urgency, it's all part of the thrill. And here's the part that could change everything: not every coin is created equal. Some are slightly more worn, some pristine, and that difference can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars more. But how do you know if you found one of the rarest, most coveted pennies in US history? Stay with me, because what comes next could make you see your coin jar in an entirely new light. The video shifts to show subtle tips for identifying genuine 1980 no-mint mark pennies, with imagery of coin grading and close-ups of the details. Voiceover guides the viewer with authority. Look closely at the details: the subtle strike of Lincoln's profile, the absence of the mint mark, the condition of the copper. Professional grading can elevate a coin from a simple curiosity to a life-changing investment. And remember, time is not on your side. Every day, more collectors secure their pieces, and once these coins enter private hands, they almost never return to the market. Finally, the voice lowers, drawing the viewer in as so, ask yourself, could the penny you've been ignoring for decades actually be your key to extraordinary wealth? The 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not just a coin, it's a story, a legend, a rare opportunity. And if you discover one, well, let's just say, it could be the most exciting day of your life. But don't wait. Opportunities like this don't stay in sight for long. The screen fades out with the glint of the coin lingering, leaving the viewer with anticipation and urgency, perfectly setting them up to take action. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could transform your life forever. Not just any coin, but a 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, seemingly ordinary, yet extraordinarily rare. Today, collectors and investors alike are clamoring for this tiny piece of American history, with the market value soaring to an astonishing $979,000. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a penny. And if you're watching this video, you might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. But here's the thing: opportunities like this don't wait. They vanish before you even know they exist. Let's step back for a moment. The 2006 Lincoln penny was minted in massive quantities across the United States. Most people see them, spend them, or toss them aside without a second thought. But somewhere in that immense production, a rare anomaly occurred: a penny without a mint mark. It's subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but to the keen collector, it's a masterpiece. Imagine discovering that a coin you've been keeping in your drawer all these years could be worth nearly $1 million. It's not a dream, it's reality. And those who spot it early are the ones who hold the keys to wealth others can only imagine. Now, you might be wondering, why is this particular penny in such high demand? Well, rarity alone doesn't dictate value. History, condition, and collector frenzy amplify it. The 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is pristine, often in gem quality condition, making it irresistible to investors who understand its long-term potential. Every auction, every private sale, has seen prices climb higher, leaving many scrambling, kicking themselves for waiting too long. Picture this: the penny sits in your hand, gleaming under the light, while around the world, passionate collectors are frantically bidding, desperate to add this gem to their portfolio. And here's a little secret: while the market seems like a calm pond, it's actually a raging river of opportunity, and the current waits for no one. Now, before you start imagining yourself swimming in Lincoln pennies like Scrooge McDuck, pause for a second. Most people think pennies are worthless, right? It's just 1 cent, they say. But what if that just 1 cent could rewrite your financial story forever? That's the magic hidden in the details, those tiny nuances others overlook. Here's where it gets even more compelling. The window to capitalize on this opportunity is closing faster than most realize. Each day, more collectors are hunting these rare coins, and as demand rises, supply shrinks. The 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a collector's item, it's a ticket to a lifestyle many only dream about. Luxury, freedom, the kind of financial security that allows you to live life on your own terms. But the question remains: do you already own one, waiting quietly in a coin jar? Or will you watch from the sidelines as someone else claims a fortune that could have been yours? By the end of this video, you'll understand not just the monetary value of this coin, but the emotional power it carries, the thrill of discovery, the fear of missing out, and the irresistible allure of turning history into wealth. Stay tuned, because the next revelation might be the key to unlocking a fortune hiding in plain sight. Imagine holding a coin so rare that it could transform your life overnight. A coin that sits quietly in circulation, overlooked by millions, yet quietly carrying a fortune worth nearly $1 million. Today, we dive into the captivating story of the 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a penny that defies ordinary expectations and belongs to a select world of collectors who know its true value. And here's the kicker: most people won't even recognize it in their change. Could this coin be sitting in your pocket, in a jar on your shelf, or buried deep in a forgotten drawer? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change the way you see everyday money forever. The 2013 Lincoln penny is not just any coin. Without a mint mark, it was produced under circumstances so rare that collectors are willing to pay a staggering $978,000 for a single piece. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a small, unassuming penny. But why is it so rare? What makes it more valuable than gold in the eyes of serious collectors? The answer lies in the intricate dance of production anomalies, limited mintage, and the unpredictable desires of the collector's market. And here's the thing: while billions of pennies circulate in wallets across America, this one stands apart, quietly waiting to be discovered. You might be thinking, surely that's just hype? Hold that thought, because the story gets even more astonishing. Let's unravel the mystery. In 2013, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at a scale few could imagine. But in this vast sea of coins, some slipped through unnoticed, missing the mint mark that typically signifies their origin. These no-mint mark pennies became rare anomalies, highly coveted by collectors who understand scarcity equals power. Here's a quick question: have you ever wondered why some seemingly ordinary things suddenly skyrocket in value? Think about classic cars, rare wines, even vintage watches. The same principle applies here. Scarcity creates desire. And desire fuels the market. Suddenly, that old jar of pennies in your kitchen starts to feel less like clutter and more like a potential treasure chest. Now, let's inject a little humor to keep your brain sharp. Imagine showing this penny at a dinner party. Someone asks, "Is that worth anything?" You pause, sip your wine, and say, "Well, it could buy a small island." That tiny coin suddenly commands awe, respect, and maybe a little envy. The market for rare coins like the 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is insatiable. Dealers, collectors, and investors are all hunting for this elusive treasure. And here's the kicker: its value isn't just historical, it's aspirational. Owning it is more than possession, it's a statement. You're not just collecting a coin, you're owning a piece of history, a symbol of opportunity, and a rare asset that can dramatically shift your financial landscape. But time is of the essence. With each passing month, the likelihood of discovering one in circulation diminishes. That urgency is real, palpable, and, dare I say, electrifying. Imagine this: one small discovery, one rare coin in your collection, and suddenly you're in a league you never thought possible. This isn't fantasy, it's the reality for those who understand value, timing, and rarity. The 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny represents more than money, it represents possibility, wealth, and the thrill of finding what others overlook. And here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. While many people dismiss pennies as trivial, one simple coin in the right hands can unlock unimaginable opportunities. Could that penny in your jar be your golden ticket? The only way to know is to look closely, examine carefully, and act decisively. So, here's the truth: the 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is not just rare, it's a phenomenon, a masterpiece of chance, and a high-demand collector's dream. The clock is ticking, and the market moves faster than ever. Every day, someone else discovers these treasures and turns them into fortunes. Don't let curiosity turn into regret. Your next step isn't just about collecting, it's about seizing opportunity, embracing rarity, and stepping into a world where a single penny can change your life. Keep your eyes open, your hands ready, and your mind sharp, because the 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny waits for those who dare to see its true potential. Imagine holding in your hand a coin so rare, so extraordinary, that its mere presence could change your financial future forever. The 2017 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't just another coin, it's a treasure hiding in plain sight, quietly waiting for the discerning collector, investor, or savvy seller to recognize its staggering value. Today, this humble penny has reached an astonishing market value of $975,000, a sum that could transform a lifetime in an instant. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $1 million for a single piece of copper and steel. But here's the question: how many people realize that they might already own one of these financial gold mines tucked away in their loose change, forgotten drawers, or old coin collections? Now, before your mind wanders, let's pause for a second. Imagine your neighbor, who always seems to stumble upon fortune, casually showing off a coin they've just unearthed from a dusty box. Are you the one missing out while someone else seizes the opportunity? This isn't a hypothetical. The demand for the 2017 Lincoln penny is nothing short of explosive. Collectors across the country are scrambling, and the scarcity of these coins means the window for action is closing rapidly. In fact, even the slightest imperfection or unique error on your penny can catapult its value into this elite league. And if you're thinking, it's just a penny, it can't be that rare, let me stop you right there. History has repeatedly proven that the most ordinary looking coins often hold the most extraordinary secrets. Here's where it gets fascinating. The 2017 Lincoln penny isn't just valuable because it's rare, it carries the legacy of one of America's most beloved presidents, engraved forever in history, yet hiding a secret potential few can imagine. But here's a little twist: while millions dream of discovering a rare coin, only a few act decisively. And that hesitation? It could cost you a fortune. Picture this: you have a chance to uncover nearly $1 million in your very hands, yet weeks later, someone else snatches the prize because they recognized the opportunity first. Feels unsettling, doesn't it? That's the exact thrill, and sometimes the fear, that drives collectors and investors alike. It's an adrenaline rush wrapped in copper. Literally, you might be wondering, what makes this 2017 Lincoln penny so uniquely valuable compared to millions of others minted that same year? Well, it's a combination of rarity, condition, and market frenzy, a perfect storm that has left enthusiasts clamoring for a chance to own it. And the market is ruthless: prices surge in hours, demand spikes overnight, and suddenly, coins that were once ignored now command nearly $1 million value. Think about it: one small discovery, one overlooked box of coins in a garage sale, one overlooked family heirloom, could make you part of an exclusive club of collectors who've struck unimaginable fortune. And let's lighten things up for a moment. Have you ever considered that your couch cushions could be holding a nearly $1 million coin? Imagine digging for the remote and instead finding a treasure that makes your retirement account blush. It's funny, but it's also a reminder that wealth often hides in the most unexpected places, waiting for those bold enough to recognize it. But here's the cliffhanger that keeps everyone on edge: while we know this penny is selling for $975,000 today, the market is evolving, the demand is intensifying, and the next big surge could make that number look like small change. The next person to discover one of these rare coins could set a new record that will leave even seasoned collectors gasping. Will it be you? Will the 2017 Lincoln penny in your collection, or the one you stumble upon, be the key to unlocking a life you've only dreamed about? The opportunity is now, and hesitation is the enemy of fortune. So, as you consider your next move, remember this: treasures like the 2017 Lincoln penny don't linger. They wait for the perceptive, the decisive, and the bold. Every coin carries a story, and some carry fortunes beyond imagination. What's in your collection might just be the beginning of a life-changing journey. Are you ready to discover it? Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could change your life forever, a small, unassuming penny that, to most, is just spare change. But not this one. This is the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, so extraordinarily valuable, that collectors would pay nearly $1 million for it today. Yes, you heard that right. $963,000 for a single penny. Now, before you brush this off, let me ask you, have you ever wondered if the coin sitting quietly in your drawer might be hiding a fortune? Most people don't realize that right now, in homes across America, millions of dollars are sitting silently, waiting for someone who knows their worth. Could one of those coins be yours? Let's rewind for a moment and explore what makes this coin so astonishing. The 2005 Lincoln penny was minted in billions, yes, but only a minuscule fraction were produced without a mint mark. That small detail, what most would consider inconsequential, is precisely what makes this penny priceless. Think about it, a coin no one else has, a rarity in a sea of common pennies, quietly increasing in value with each passing day. And here's the kicker, the market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Collectors and investors are fiercely hunting for pieces like this, and with demand skyrocketing, the next transaction could very well shatter records. Funny enough, while the world is busy throwing pennies into fountains for luck, some pennies are actually the luck. Now, picture this, you stumble upon a stack of pennies from 2005, casually flipping through them, and suddenly, there it is. No mint mark. Your pulse races. You know that the smallest of coins can carry the weight of dreams of financial freedom, of living a life where money is no longer a constraint. It's an intoxicating thought, isn't it? But here's where most people get it wrong, they wait. And in the world of rare coins, waiting can mean missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Let me ask you, how often do you come across a single item that can turn a life of ordinary stability into extraordinary wealth? Rare coins like the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny don't sit around. Auctions, private collectors, and international investors are all circling, ready to pay a premium. And with each passing moment, the chance for the average person to own this treasure diminishes. It's not just a coin, it's a key, a ticket to a world where financial freedom is no longer a dream. Imagine the headlines, local collector sells penny, becomes millionaire overnight. Sounds unreal? That's because it is, unless you act, and here's a little twist to keep you on your toes, not every penny is what it seems. Many are deceivingly ordinary. Some look identical, but only a trained eye or the guidance of an expert can spot the difference. Don't worry, we'll reveal exactly how to identify your own potential goldmine before the video ends. So, what does this mean for you? It means the window is open, but it won't be forever. Every moment you delay, someone else could claim what could have been yours. But here's the exciting part, history shows that pennies like the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln are becoming rarer by the day. Every collector who treasures one removes it from circulation. And that scarcity fuels one undeniable truth, the value can only go up. And now, imagine holding that coin, knowing its worth is almost $1 million. Picture the calls, the negotiations, the exhilaration of closing a deal that most only dream about. And here's the cliffhanger, later in this video, I'll reveal the insider trick to confirming if your own 2005 penny could be this ultra-rare version, before it's too late. But first, let's take a moment to reflect. Every fortune starts with knowledge, and today, you're armed with the insight that could lead to your first $1 million coin. So, if you have a drawer full of pennies, or a jar in the kitchen collecting dust, don't dismiss it. The next minute you hesitate could be the minute someone else's fortune grows while yours remains waiting. Stay tuned, because in the final segment, we'll show exactly how to identify and protect a 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, and how to unlock its true, life-changing value. Imagine holding a coin so ordinary at first glance, yet hiding a fortune beyond your wildest dreams. A coin that could turn a dusty drawer into a treasure chest worth nearly $1 million. Yes, I'm talking about the 2006 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has captured the hearts of collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike. But here's the twist, most people overlook it, tossing it into their change jar, oblivious to the goldmine in their hands. What if I told you that your forgotten pennies could be your ticket to financial freedom? Don't blink, because by the end of this video, you might be running to your coin collection to uncover a secret you never knew existed. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you, have you ever wondered why some pennies sell for hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars, while others stay in circulation for decades, worthless and unnoticed? Stick with me, because the answer is more fascinating than you might expect, and it has everything to do with a tiny detail that could be hiding in plain sight on your coin. The 2060 Lincoln penny is not just a piece of metal, it's a piece of history, a story minted in copper-plated zinc that has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide. This coin is in extraordinary demand, not just because of its age or design, but because of a rare minting anomaly that turns an ordinary cent into a highly coveted treasure. Imagine the excitement, the sheer adrenaline, when collectors spot this coin. They know they are holding something almost mythical. And here's the kicker, there are only a limited number of these coins in the world with the condition and rarity that can reach the staggering market value of $962,000. But let me pause for a moment. Picture walking into a bank, holding this penny between your fingers, and watching the teller's eyes widen as you casually mention its potential. Sounds unbelievable, right? That's the reality for those who know what to look for. It's not just a coin, it's a silent conversation between you and fortune itself. And if you think this is just another coin hype, think again. The market for rare coins like this is exploding, with collectors and investors clamoring to acquire them before someone else snaps them up. Every day you wait, someone else could be turning your forgotten pocket change into a life-changing investment. Now, here's a question to keep your mind racing. What makes this coin different from the billions of other pennies minted in the same year? It's subtle. It's rare. And it's the kind of secret that could be hiding in your wallet, unnoticed, until you spot it. And now, the moment of truth. If you've been sitting on your coin collections, now is the time to act. The 2060 Lincoln penny is not just a collector's item, it's an opportunity that comes once in a lifetime. The emotional thrill of knowing you might hold a coin worth almost $1 million is undeniable. The fear of missing out is real. Because for every coin that sits unnoticed, there's someone else ready to turn it into a fortune. Imagine this, you discover your 2060 penny, authenticate it, and suddenly you're part of an elite circle of collectors and investors who know the secrets of the market. You're no longer just someone holding coins, you're someone holding millions of dollars in potential. And here's the cliffhanger that keeps collectors awake at night, the window to find these rare coins is closing. Every day, one more coin disappears into a private collection, never to surface again. Will you be the one who uncovers this hidden treasure, or will you watch it slip away forever? So here's the question you must ask yourself today, are you ready to look at your pennies differently? Because in the world of rare coins, fortune favors the bold. Your next move could turn forgotten change into an extraordinary legacy, and the 2060 Lincoln penny could be the key. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, just a simple Lincoln penny, minted in 2002, the kind that most of us overlook every day. But what if I told you this very penny could be worth an astonishing $976,000 today? Yes, nearly $1 million for a coin that millions of Americans have casually spent without a second thought. It's not a fantasy, it's the reality of the 2002 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has captivated collectors, investors, and treasure hunters across the nation. But here's the twist, most people don't realize they might already own one, tucked away in a drawer, a forgotten jar, or a collection that's been gathering dust for years. Before you start thinking, it's just a penny, what's the big deal? Let's pause and consider this. The 2002 D Lincoln penny is more than copper and zinc, it's history, scarcity, and opportunity rolled into one. The market demand is exploding, with collectors and wealthy investors competing fiercely for the chance to own it. And while millions of these pennies were minted, only a tiny fraction have the rare characteristics that push their value into the stratosphere. Imagine the excitement and yes, the urgency of realizing that you could be sitting on nearly $1 million without even knowing it. Hesitation could literally cost a fortune. Now, let's add a little perspective. Think about all the coins you've handled over the years, the loose change at grocery stores, pennies found under couch cushions, coins in old piggy banks. Statistically, one of these could be a rare 2002 D Lincoln penny, ready to transform someone's life overnight. And if that idea doesn't make your heart race, consider this, the next person to discover one of these rare coins could become the talk of the collector world, selling for hundreds of thousands or even breaking records. Are you going to let that person be someone else? Or could it be you? And here's a little pattern interrupt to reset your attention. Imagine this: your morning coffee, your toast, maybe even your car keys. Somewhere among the mundane is the potential for a life-changing fortune. It sounds almost absurd, right? But that's exactly what makes coins like the 2002 Lincoln penny so irresistible. They hide in plain sight, waiting for the sharp-eyed, the patient, and the decisive. It's a game of awareness, timing, and action, and the rewards are enormous. So why is this penny commanding such astronomical value? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and market frenzy. These coins are scarce, highly sought after, and their appeal is universal. Collectors compete not just for possession but for prestige, the bragging rights of owning a piece of history worth nearly $1 million. And while many pennies were minted in 2002, few have survived in perfect condition or with the precise minting characteristics that make them truly exceptional. This is the fine line between an ordinary penny and a fortune waiting to be claimed, but here's where the suspense peaks. While the 2002 Lincoln penny is already valued at $976,000, the market is dynamic, the interest is intensifying, and the next surge could push that number even higher. Picture this: tomorrow, someone discovers a previously unknown error or a perfectly preserved example, and suddenly, the headlines are full of stories about a new record sale. Who will be the lucky collector or investor to seize that opportunity? Could it be you? That thought alone should send a shiver of excitement down your spine. Every coin tells a story, and some coins tell a story that can change a life. The 2002 Lincoln penny is more than currency, it's a rare, coveted piece of history, a tangible symbol of opportunity, and a highly sought-after asset in the world of collectors and investors. The moment to act is now. Hesitation is the enemy of fortune. What's in your collection, or perhaps waiting for you in a dusty jar, could be the key to unlocking unimaginable wealth and prestige. Are you ready to discover it, claim it, and be part of an elite circle of collectors who have turned a simple penny into a life-changing fortune? Imagine holding in your hand a tiny piece of American history, a coin so unassuming, yet capable of transforming your financial future forever. Today, we're diving into the world of the 1979 Lincoln penny, a coin that, at first glance, seems ordinary but hides a fortune worth nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $954,000. While most people see a small copper penny, collectors and investors recognize an opportunity of a lifetime. Now, before you scroll away thinking, it's just a penny, ask yourself, what if you unknowingly have the key to a treasure in your pocket? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you may never look at your spare change the same way again. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, celebrated for its iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln. But the 1979 penny is not your everyday pocket change. This coin represents rarity, precision errors, and collector demand that drives its value into the stratosphere. Imagine generations from now, your grandchildren talking about how one small coin changed your legacy. Excitement, yes, but also urgency. Why? Because opportunities like this do not linger. Every second you hesitate, another collector or investor may be one step ahead. And trust me, in the world of rare coins, timing can mean the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. And now, let's get into the fascinating details. The 1979 penny carries a mint mark that sets it apart, and subtle variations in strike quality and die errors make it a hidden gem among collectors. Even a seasoned coin enthusiast can spend years searching for one in pristine condition. But here's the twist: there are thousands of pennies from 1979 circulating today, yet only a tiny fraction meets the rare, high-demand criteria that elevate its value to hundreds of thousands. Can you feel the adrenaline yet? This is not just about money, it's about legacy, prestige, and the thrill of discovery. Picture this: one ordinary day, you stumble across a 1979 penny that checks all the boxes, and suddenly, you are in possession of a piece worth nearly $1 million. Your life changes in an instant, but will you recognize it when the moment arrives? And here's a quick question for you: how many pennies do you really look at closely? Most people ignore them. They drop them into jars, tip jars, or vending machines, unaware of the treasures slipping through their fingers. Pause for effect: yes, even the pennies in your own collection could be hiding life-changing value. Think about that the next time you reach for a soda, could that coin be your golden ticket? Experts in numismatics, those who study coins professionally, confirm that demand for high-grade 1979 D pennies is stronger than ever. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar to secure them, and investors view these coins as both a rare collectible and a hedge against economic uncertainty. Imagine a market where the right coin in your hands can outshine real estate, stocks, and even luxury assets. That's the power of rarity and historical significance converging. And just when you think it can't get any more intense, let me drop this bombshell: the market is accelerating. Each month, fewer coins meet the perfect criteria, meaning the opportunity to own one at a reasonable price is shrinking. Now, I know what you're thinking: where do I find one? Or maybe, do I even have one hiding at home? The truth is, you may already possess it without realizing. That old jar of coins in your drawer, the collection your parents passed down, even your wallet could hold the key to financial transformation. The catch? You need knowledge, vigilance, and decisiveness. The moment you recognize the value of a 1979 D Lincoln penny is the moment your journey to wealth and prestige begins. But here's the cliffhanger: the story doesn't end with owning the coin. Selling it at the right time, to the right buyer, can multiply its impact exponentially. Imagine the thrill of receiving a life-changing sum for something you almost overlooked. That moment, that realization, is what separates ordinary collectors from those who truly step into a legacy of wealth and influence. So, before you check the next coin, pause and ask yourself, could today be the day you discover the penny that changes everything? Because for the 1979 D Lincoln cent, the clock is ticking, and the window to act is